Okay, so today we're going to talk about where to start if you're trying to lose weight. And this is a question I get a lot. In fact, most of our videos are based on questions that I get from either clients or from you watching the video. So if you ever have any questions, feel free to type them in the comments. I do look at all of those, and I will either give you the answer or I'll make a video responding to that where I answer it. Because here's what I have learned. If you or I have a question on weight loss, chances are we're not the only one that has that question. Even the silly ones. Like, there have been some questions that I've had that have been doozies, and then I find out later on that other people have that same exact question. So anyway, today we're going to talk about where to get started. This is a really big hurdle for a lot of us when it comes to weight loss, and it shouldn't be. Getting started, it has proven to be the biggest hurdle for most of us. When I look at it, it should be the most exciting and the simplest. However, most of us that are probably watching this video or searching anything on weight loss, this is probably not our first go around. Most of us have probably been on the weight loss train for quite a while, and we've accumulated a couple failures in our back pocket. At least that was my story. I did not have fast success when it came to weight loss. I was not one of those people that my very first diet, I was like, yeah, I lost those 160 pounds. Like, no, there was a lot of failure that came before me losing the 161 pounds. There was a lot of tears, a lot of heartache, a lot of, oh my gosh, I'm just big boned, that came before the actual losing of the weight. And so I want to talk today about where to get started. If you are restarting or you're getting started, I want to talk about where to start, how to start. And yeah, so without further ado, let's go ahead and jump in. Make sure you hit the, what's that button called? The subscribe button. I almost said make sure to hit the reset button. Oh my goodness. Make sure to hit the subscribe button, ring the notification bell. That way you don't miss any of our fit tips, our health tips, our healthy, delicious recipes that we share here on the channel. And I would love to have you join our little community that is steadily, surely growing right here. So, all right, how to get started. So here's the deal. Whether you are new at weight loss, or whether you've been at this thing for a while, whether this is your second attempt, your third attempt, your 10th attempt, your 100th attempt, your 500th attempt, I don't care how many times you've started. The most important thing when it comes to starting is, first and foremost, and I know this is going to sound cliche, but it's true, is just get started. Just get started. Don't put a future time. If you're thinking, yeah, I need to get started, yeah, I need to recommit, yeah, I really need to get back on the bandwagon and start losing weight, the next thing that most of us do is we set a date to do that is more than 24 hours away. Yeah, next week, I really need to get back committed and restarted next month, next year, next whatever. When you are sitting there knowing you need to get started, you need to start within the next 24 hours. Like, now is probably perfect. Like right now. And if it's not right now, within the next 24 hours, the sooner the better. Because this thing happens when you wait more than 24 hours called procrastination. And procrastination, oh my goodness, it's like a disease. Procrastination breeds procrastination. So when you start procrastinating, when you start doing it, it's like a bag of chips. You open up the bag of chips, 1 leads to 2, 2 lead to 10, 10 lead to the whole freaking bag. Procrastination is the same way. You do it a little bit, you end up doing it a lot of bit. And so the best way to not do it is to not do it. Don't procrastinate. Then it won't lead to procrastination. Same thing with action. Action leads to more action. And the one thing that's going to lead to you losing weight is taking action, not procrastination. And so make sure that if you are picking a time to start, to recommit, to getting back on the bandwagon, to meal planning, to working out, to going back to the gym. So your time is when, within the next 24 hours, when are you going to get back on track? Is it 5 o'clock. And again, you can pick any time as long as within the next 24 hours. All right. So your next one, we're going to talk about 3 things to get started is don't look at what you can't do. This is number 2. Don't look at what you can't do. Look at what you can do. So often we tend to, if we're going to go to the gym or if we want to start working out, let's say that. Let's just say you don't have the money to go to the gym. You're like, and your focus is, I don't have the money to go to the gym. I can't afford the gym membership, whatever it is. I'm going to start working out at home. Oh, but I don't have a home gym. I don't have a whole bunch of weights. I don't have those little cool pads. Like, we tend to focus on what we don't have access to versus what we do have access to. Like, I work out from home just because it's more convenient and I like the results that I've gotten. But I pay $99 a year for a membership that I can literally stream any kind of workout I want from the comfort of my own home. I can work out at the beach. I can work out when we're traveling, all using the same $100 streaming service that, in my opinion, is like the best thing under the sun when it comes to health, fitness, nutrition, all of that. It is amazeballs. I talk about it to everybody I know. My whole family uses it. All my friends use it. It's amazing. But it's not high priced. It's not, I'm not going to some bougie gym working with a trainer. Like, I'm doing it from home where I'm just paying my $100 a month, but getting better results in most cases than I would be from going to a gym. But don't look at what you don't have access to. Again, it's about what you do have access to. When I started working out from home, I had one set of weights that I had gotten from a friend, and that was it. One set. I worked out on a hardwood floor. I had a baby and a toddler, like 17 months old and newborn. Didn't have a babysitter to watch them. So what did I do? Well, I got creative, is what I did. So look at look at what you do have. I had a space. It didn't have to be perfect. It didn't have to be a gym, but I had a space. But sometimes we can get on YouTube or we can get on Instagram or Facebook and we see people with these gyms, and all of a sudden we're like, well, I don't have that, so I can't do what they're doing. Yes, you can, because there was a time where they didn't have that either. You can't compare your beginning to someone else's middle or end. Just start where you're at. Use what you have. If you don't have $100 to get a subscription, then go on YouTube and search for some free workouts. Are those optimal? No. At the very least, you know how to do jumping jacks. You know how to do sit-ups. You know how to walk. Take a walk. Take a run. Do some jumping jacks. Do 500 jumping jacks, 200 burpees, 100 sit-ups, whatever it is. Start with where you're at. It doesn't have to be all bougie. It doesn't have to be all fancy. It doesn't have to be all, perfect. Just start where you're at. So number 1, pick a starting time within the next 24 hours. Number 2, look at what you do have. Don't focus on what you don't have. Look at what you do have. Don't focus on what you don't have. Number 3, if you're just getting started, document where you're starting. Take your photos. Weigh yourself. Take your measurements. Because that's what, when you're serious, that's what serious people do. They document where they're starting. Any Fortune 500 company, any profitable company, anybody who is serious about where they're going documents where they're starting from. And there's not a lot of regrets that I have from my weight loss journey, but one of the big regrets that I do have is that I did not take my before photos. I didn't take all my before measurements properly. If I could go back and rewind, the one thing I would do differently was documenting where I was starting, taking those photos, taking those measurements. Because at some point along this journey, you're going to want to quit. At some point along any road to success, there are potholes, there are bumps, there are places you're going to fall down, you're going to stall out. At some point, you're going to want to quit. But when you have something to remind you of how far you've come, of where you started, and that maybe in 1 week, maybe you're not where you want to be, but you're not where you were. You're stronger, you're healthier, you're leaner. You've already come so far in just a week. Those where you started from is going to be it's gonna help you push through the hard times. It's gonna remind you that, again, even though you're not where you want to be, you're not where you started. Because I can still remember like times when I was losing weight, I would look back and I was, even when I got to 200 pounds, all I could see was the fat. All I could see was the loose hanging skin. All I could see was the wiggles and the jiggles and the bumps and the cellulite when I was looking in the mirror. But when I looked at the photos I did have, it was like, wow, look at how far I've come. Because our eyes can deceive us, but a photo doesn't lie. A photo reminds us, yes, look at how far you've come. You're not where you want to be, but you're not where you were. Keep going. Now, the photo doesn't tell us to keep going, but you know what I mean. And if you do those things, keep it simple, keep it small. It's those little tiny steps that lead to big results. You know, I used to be one of those girls that was like, I was always looking for the big thing because I had a lot of weight to lose. I had a big amount of weight. And so for me, it was never the little things. Those weren't going to help me lose the weight. I needed the big thing to help me lose the weight. But it was never the big things that were going to get me there. It was doing the little things over and over and over again. The little things done over and over, which led to that big transformation, that big result. There's no perfect time. There's no perfect place. If you're watching this video right now and you haven't got started yet, when are you starting? What is the time? Within the next 24 hours. And if you are already on that journey and you've already gotten started, good job. Good job for taking the leap of faith. Good job for overcoming the fear of what if I fail again. Good job for working on the best thing you could ever work on, which is yourself. If you're a mom, good job for leading by example. Good job for doing something for you. Good job. I just feel like there's someone that needed to hear that today. So anyway, make sure to check out some of our other videos. We have all different kinds of tips, cooking, all of that here on the channel. I will link in the comments. We actually did a video, one of our Tuesday night lives, I think a week or two ago, where we talked about if you're losing weight, can you still eat some junk? Can you still eat junk and lose weight? And I'll link that below in the comments. Because a lot of times when someone's just getting started, that's a big question is, oh my gosh, can I still eat junk? Do I have to cut out all sugar? Do I have to cut out soda? Do I have to cut out all my carbs? And the answer is no. I lost my first 100 pounds in 202 days without cutting out all that stuff, just applying one simple thing. And so I'll link that in the description box and make sure to check that out. So thanks so much for watching. We will see you on the next one. Bye.